Probably go Twitch. Twitch, I think, is.
Oh, they do that, it's gonna be a long night. All right. Good evening. Welcome to the BNR Xfinity Series playoff round 2, race number 1. We take on Kansas. Alongside of me tonight is Mr. Hackett. Hello, Mr. Hackett.
Hello, Brian. How are you?
Doing all right. 96 laps here tonight, just like what they ran. Unfortunately, even though it was shortened out. So 96 laps here tonight for these gal and gents. So, mile and a half track. I do believe we'll look at our little race day information here real quick. There we go. So as you see here, it is in Kansas City. I'm sure you were at this track.
Sure.
The track temp itself is 90, so it's going to be probably a little slick, if so. The weather outside itself is 65 degrees with a 35% humidity. It is partly cloudy. Oh, excuse me, with a 4-mile-per-hour wind. They have 50% fuel. They do have 4 sets of tires, 96 laps, which is 143 miles. They do get 1 quick fix and 2 attempts at a GWC, which I don't think they will. But yet again, Tyler, it is Xfinity cars. These bad boys are a lot looser than the trucks. They did all 60 laps in the trucks under green. So we'll see if they can maintain that here tonight. Yes. So.
And it is a playoff race, Brian, so.
Oh, yeah. 4 tracks in this round due to my mess up, but that's okay. It just gives them something to fight and all that. 57, who's that? Skylar? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll go ahead and who's your sleeper pick and why?
Sleeper tonight, I think. Sleeper. I'm gonna say probably Tyler Myers. He ran some pretty consistent laps in practice, and he's sitting P2 in qualifying right now. It's a little early, but
right on. And do you think that eventually, mid-run, that the lanes are going to change to where... Oh! Brianna Lavin moved up.
Oh, yes, she did. From watching practice, it seemed like a lot of the drivers were on the high side. I know Richard Johns and a couple of the other guys were trying to test the bottom a little bit. So maybe later in the run, the bottom might come in. But I think for most of the race, you're going to see a lot of people on the top.
Yeah. From me running here, I do notice the outside lane is the way to go for a little bit. You can only run out there for so long. You see here Joe Stite taking his laps. They do have... Oh, they still got about a minute and a half. Some are probably still debating on what they want to do. Some are probably just going to go out there and do it. But there's Jaden Sanchez. He's not in the playoffs, so I don't know why his thing is purple, but that's all right. On our marker, it's red. So,
from talking to these guys earlier, sounds like the consensus was about 25 to 30 laps of fuel, closer to 27 from what I was talking to the drivers.
So it'll be interesting. It is 96 laps, so there'll probably be a lot of clutching midway through. So
yes,
because and if they can make it like Carter did at Pocono, then that's impressive. I don't know if we're going to get any speeding down pit road. That was the biggest issue on Tuesday. We had, I think, 6 different drivers get caught speeding on Tuesday. So
pit road here is a little easier to get on than pit road at Pocono is. So I think we should be all right, but you never know.
Yes, sir. As they got about a little bit under 10 seconds left of qualifying. We'll wait for them to get all gritty up here. I think we have 21. I think so. Yeah, I
believe so. Yes.
All right. Well, here we go. We'll go over our starting grid here. Let's get our fantastic little camera view here. Where anyway, So P1 will be Zach Rongich, P2 would be Brianna Levin, P3 would be Tyler Myers, P4 would be Matthew Huntsaker, P5 would be Nick Rader, P6 would be Josh Small, P7 would be Zach Deuscher, P8 would be Brandon Moore, P9 would be Randy Koken, P10 would be Skylar Sixton, P11 would be Philip Bridgman, P12 would be George Rincon, P13 would be Jaden Sanchez, P14 would be Chris Schaefer, P15 would be Joe Stite, P16 would be Kyle Heath, P17 would be Jacob Carter, P18 would be Selner, P19 would be Richard Johns, P20 would be Jim, and P21 would be Ernest King. So as you see here, our wonderful grid camera, as we're looking at the front row sitters here of Lavin and Rongich. So it seems to be like a playoff driver, non-playoff, 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 playoff, non. So they're all spread apart. The only easiest thing that I can say with this group, they're capable to do it all under green flags. But these cars, once again, I'm going to say it, are going to be a hassle. That is for sure.
Oh yes, with the track and with the track temp, it's going to be.
Yes. So as they get ready to peel off the pit road here to come around and do their pace laps, you see that, and just like that, we enjoy them peeling off. Hopefully, no one runs over the camera. Very good Rincon, he moves over, perfect. And Ernie's gonna hit it. Oh, alright, he came close. Now we'll go ahead and come up here towards the front as we get ready to watch Rongich take the field to green. Oh, I should have gotten a drink. Huh. Oh well. So Rongich, Lavin, Myers, Huntsaker, Rader, your top 5. Then Smalls, Deuscher, Koken, Moore, Bridgman. That will complete your top 10. It is probably going to be a little slick. So I do believe I still do have some... oh, I don't. I thought I did. Anywho, that's alright. As the pace car peels off, and Rongich will take the green as they go.
Ooh, that outside line did not get a good start.
Yet again, that is timing the restart to the outside. You see...
Oh, there you see Myers getting a little loose coming out. Oh, there it is early. Rader getting loose.
Oh, yeah. But I do believe they collected it, so...
Yep, looks like everyone's straight and good for now.
Oh, Phillips in the Flex Seal vehicle. Oh.
Yes, sir, he is.
Brandon Moore hit the wall there.
That wouldn't be a race if Brandon Moore didn't hit the wall. At least once.
You see Philip Bridgman to the inside of the one of Tyler Myers. That's why that's what I was telling you, that these cars do get loose. You got to wait for the tires to heat up. You know, you've been on the iRacing platform for a bit. All about warming these tires up, getting laps put down in these Xfinity cars, and then you can start pushing. So, but that was a great save by everybody on lap 2. Not too much room to maneuver around here, so it is very tight. So that's another thing that we got to look for, and a lot of patience is what it's going to be. So you see there Jaden getting to the back of Josh Small and Tyler Myers. But I do believe, as you see, Josh Smalls did take Myers' lane away from him. Oh!
Yep, here goes Brandon blinking.
Yep, oh, Blinky there. as they coming to take lap 4 to go to 5. As Josh Small is attempting to be passed by Jaden Sanchez. I see Zach Deuscher did make it to P2. That's always a good thing. To Brianna. Brianna's probably just riding a little loose conditions. So.
Getting the tires warmed up, yep.
Look at that gaggle of cars there.
Yes, it is.
Boy. Almighty. Oh, not there. Right back here. Oh. Well, I do believe they
Myers and Randy getting a little tight.
3 wide in the back there with Josh Smalls. Oh, Jaden backed out of that. That is very good.
Probably a wise decision.
Uh-oh. Wrongich is in the pits, hey, huh? No, he ain't.
No, I think that, I was looking at that too. I think that's just a glitch in the system there.
It is. I was going to say, uh-oh. What did he do? You see here George Rincon and Brandon Moore. Behind him does come Jacob Carter.
Oh, we got a pass for the lead. Zach took the lead.
Well, let's go back up there and pay attention to that. As this gets very close. Zach Deuscher still to the inside, slides up in front of Wrongich. It's the Zach and Zach show once again. Lately it's been these two in the Xfinity, so always duking it out, but Deuscher isn't going to give it to him easy like that. Deuscher did have a few words the last time he did do that, so we'll see how well this shakes out here in the long run. And
a little contact when they were coming out of the corner that last time.
Oh yeah, but Breeze like, go ahead, you two keep doing that. I am right here, so. Zach Deuscher gets a great run going into turns 1 and 2, but can he keep that coming off of 2? Boy, he does, and look at that. He gets to the bumper. He's showing him his little displeasurement. That's what he wanted right there.
Zach Ryan got in the wall just a little bit.
That's what Zach Deuscher wanted to do. As Brianna gets past him for P2. Zach Deuscher is now your leader. As we come back here.
Wonder if Zach can push him into the corner a little bit and put him, maybe not put him in the wall necessarily, but give him a little hand.
Oh yeah, that little help. You see Brandon Moore flirting with that wall, so. Jacob Carter.
Yeah, Brandon Moore running that Kyle Larson line.
Oh yeah, George Rincon just hanging out in P11. So this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15.
Yep, battle for 10th here.
Oh, man. Oh, Nelly. Boy, that was close. You see Jacob Carter trying to get by Rincon there, as Jacob Carter does get it to the bottom. Can he get it to stick? And he does. As he tries to get by Brandon Moore.
Bottom lane is working a lot more early in this race. I did not expect it to be running that well this early.
Me too. You would figure maybe like 30 laps in, maybe. Oh, Brandon Moore's in the wall there. As that just stacks up Rincon there a little bit. That's all right. B, correct it, keep her, get her going again, and you'll be all right. But that low lane, yes, Tyler, I do agree, is working a little bit way too early. But if you can do it and you can get it to stick, why not just keep her down there? So.
Yeah, the only thing about that bottom lane is that bottom lane is going to tear up tires on these cars.
Oh, well, there it is.
So Jacob Carter, Brandon Moore, Randy Koking, I think, yeah?
Yes.
From the looks of it, I think Skyler got into the wall and kind of accordioned the whole field.
Oh yeah, I do believe so. Well, Now this looks like it happened a little bit in front. Let's see a better view here. Who was it? So, all right, we'll just right on board here.
Yeah, check with Skylar Sixton. I think he might have got the wall and.
Oh wait, yeah, I do believe that is what happened there. As we come back a little bit, come back, focus here. So we see Jacob going into the turn. Celebrating right down there on the bottom.
Yeah.
A little bit, sucked him right in there. Rincon tried to lift, and that just didn't happen. And that done that. Poor Jacob.
There's nowhere for these boys to go.
Yes, a victim of that. Yes, let's drive it backwards. Very good. There you go.
Who nosed it into the wall down there? I couldn't tell who that was that Randy got into, but somebody nosed her into the wall.
Oh yeah. Well, there we go. We got our first cycle of green flag pits here. As we watch them all come down. By the way, for those of you race enthusiasts, Noah Gregson will be piloting the 48 on Sunday. Oh, Richard John stayed out. Oh boy.
Oh.
That'll be interesting. Zach Deuscher out first. Brianna 11 second. Jaden beat the 48, then Zach, then Phil. Then Ernie, then Huntsaker, then Coleman Spreger, then Heath, then Moore, then Rincon, then Smalls, then Koken, and then those other ones are just saying I'm staying in the back, so that's that. Interesting that Mr. Johns stayed out.
Now, I know talking to a few of the drivers earlier, they said if they got a caution early enough, they might come down and try to top off on fuel and maybe cut it to a 2-stop race from there. But with 80 laps, I don't see it happening now.
Yeah, no, I don't. They'll have to do it on 2 to 3 stops either way. That is for sure. Because if they're only getting 20-something laps, it'll probably be a 2 to 3 stop race for some. Some might be 4. It just all depends. So.
I know a few talking to Brandon Moore and Tyler Myers earlier. They were running full fuel runs, and it sounded like the tires would last about 31 laps. So the tires are lasting longer than the fuel run. So somebody might try to take 2 later in the race and play some pit strategy, but we'll see.
Yes, indeed. As we said here, Richard Johns will lead this field back to green in his Yee Toyota Supra. Outside of him would be Zach Deuscher. Behind Mr. Johns is Brianna, and behind Deuscher is Raider. He's got 2 of the RKR. He's got all 3 of the RKR boys behind him, and the other RKR is on the bottom there of Jaden. So they're all up there in the top 5, top 10. So Richard's going to bring this field back to green, and he does.
Well, looking back on it, there's quite a few playoff drivers involved in that last caution, Brian.
Oh, yeah, there was a nice few of them. As Richard Johns will probably stay on the bottom to keep Bree up there with him. But if he has to jump to the outside, he can, but
Richard was very comfortable on the bottom in practice. I was watching him. He was running the bottom a lot.
So as you see there, Zach Deuscher, Brianna Lavin on the outside. Richard John still on the bottom. As Zach Deuscher gets by Richard to take the first position away. After that is Brianna in the back. I think Richard's playing tire strategy, so in case we get that green-white checker, he will have a set left. Yes. I do believe that's what he is doing, so. That'll be that. As it's a Ford, Yoda, Chevy, Ford, Chevy. There you go. As the RKR boys battle it out back here.
Oh, Richard John's in the wall just a little.
Yes, indeed, he is. As he will stall that outside lane. Nothing wrong with that as Raider slides up in front of him as Hunsaker is on the bottom. RKR 3 wide there. They do back out.
Ernest may get Jaden backs out again. Very smart.
As we come back here where Richard Johns did stay out doing a weird strategy, but if it works in his favor, why complain? So, oh, stream going a little silly, but that's alright. Yeah. Oh, Rincon loose.
Oh, I might have had some help there. He might have had some help.
Oof.
I don't know if Jaden Sanchez and the two might have got into him, but
Oh, well, we'll come here and take a look. That's a little bit too far. We'll come here. There you go. Kind of looks like a little bit of a net code there. And Josh couldn't slow down a bit. And
Josh just had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
That'll be a quick fix down the tubes.
Come back here and watch from the hood view. Oh no, that kind of looked like contact, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it was any maliciousness. I just think there were, two guys going for. Maybe Jaden moved up a little bit, but it's one of them racing deals. Heck of a shot for Jaden in the 2 car there.
Oh yeah. So he's right on board here with Josh. This is what he sees happen. From back here, looks like Jaden slid up and took out. Last minute thing, pal.
Yeah, just nowhere to go.
Very unfortunate for Josh.
See most of the field coming down the pit road again.
Oh yeah, they're probably going to top off every chance they can get there, Mr. Tyler.
Richard will probably take tires here, I'm going to assume. Now, the rest of these guys, I'm going to say, are going to fuel only. So they only ran 5 or so laps, but Richard's going to have 5-lap fresher tires. That might make a difference.
There, Mr. Oh, boy. We don't want to hear that twice, do we? No, we don't. That's for sure. I do this. This is how I know if the stream goes a little silly. So sometimes, I mean, not all the time. It has its moments, but we don't like any interruption at all whatsoever. But Deuscher stayed out. Kyle Heath. Well, I want to see if we can go ahead and attempt to get a hold of Deuscher. Oh man, he is not in anything, so we will not be talking to Deuscher at the moment. That's alright. I don't like to bother at the moment, so as we know here, Deuscher is going to lead the field of green on the restart. Then he's got Speedy Gonzalez, Mr. Kyle Heath there. Tyler, Saturday, these boys take on the road course in the Cup cars. They are at Road America. There you go.
Road America.
A lot of left and right turns there, unfortunately.
Kind of a wild card race for these playoff boys.
You ain't kidding. And I do believe that is. Go back to my little notes here. Schedule. That will be the second race in round 2. So. And then after that, they head to Charlotte. So, and then Tuesday, these boys will take on the I better say this right because I'll get in trouble. Well, I'll say it the way that I say it. The Milwaukee Mile, but it's the Milwaukee. So
Milwaukee Mile.
anyway, pace car pulls off here as Zach Deuscher will lead the field to green. As soon as he hits that there you go. Good timing by Zach Deuscher. Caught the 19 sleeping a little bit. But Kyle Heath is there.
Down.
So lap 24 coming 2:25 of 95. They're still gonna have to pit either way, so that's that. Carter cannot get involved in another wreck. He needs to keep that bad boy clean. Unfortunately.
Jake, Brandon. I don't know if Brandon uses quick fix or not. He might not have had as much damage, but Josh Small in the 7, he's used his. We all are pretty sure he used his quick fix.
Oh yeah. There's Nick Rader there behind Brianna. Tyler Myers into the top 10 there. So as you see here, we got a couple of playoff drivers and some not. And this doozy of a mix here. As Jacob Carter will try to get by Philip Bridgman. Lavin will get by Bridgman. Huntsaker will drop. Oh, all these battles going on. It doesn't know where to put us at. Oh, Scholar is in the wall again. As you see here, Huntsaker getting by the 5 of Philip Bridgman. Wrong, so he'll drop. So Phil will lose 3 to 4 spots. As we float up here towards the front, it'll be Randy, Deuscher, Schaefer. Oh, battle for second going on there.
Randy's got a hot rod. He's moving.
Oh yeah, you see Jacob Carter up here towards the front. He said, "I am not staying in the back anymore. Nothing less. I've learned my lesson. I will not do that." As they pin Deuscher on the outside.
Yeah, you see a lot more drivers running the bottom at this point in the race now. The top's kind of faded off.
Oh yeah. I guess there is no more grip out there, but Carter will go up there to pick up Deuscher. But I think Deuscher is going to allow Brianna to move up there, so he will attempt to have some help in that outside lane. As Randy will come to take lap 29 and lead that lap.
I don't wonder if some of these guys aren't running the top because they've seen these other drivers smacking the wall and they don't want to be the victim. As you see Zach do it right there.
Oh yeah. Oh, Sixton is in the pits. Very unfortunate for him. That is not a scheduled pit stop. I wonder if he accumulated some right side damage to that 57 machine there. So Zach Deuscher is losing quite a few spots. Boy, he's out of the top 10.
He did stay out under that last caution, remember.
Oh yeah. So Sellner, Johns, Deuscher, right here.
Battling for 11th, I believe that is. 3 wide.
Boy, this just got interesting up front. Jacob Carter will lead the field. Well, lead this lap. So now I guess I do see the outside lane attempting to kick in.
Good little 7-car battle for the lead here, though.
Oh yeah, got everybody up there. Look at that.
Yeah, I see Brandon Moore's creeping around back there.
Oh yeah. Jacob Carter is in a good spot. So Kyle Heath trying to get that bottom lane to work. Oh, as Zachary Rongich gets to the quarter of that 19. Schaefer slid up a little bit.
Well, yep.
To cut the nose of Ernest King. But Ernest King gets that run back to the outside. There, the 23 and the 24. As we watch there, Ernest King getting by the 23. Brandon Moore slowly closing in as Ernest King works on the 19 of Randy.
Boy, Jacob Carter went from the lead to fourth. I wonder what happened there.
I don't know. Good question. Wonder if he got moved or...
I don't see any damage, so I don't think he got the wall. Maybe just... Oh, where did I say that? He almost hit the wall there.
Carter is driving a little... It looks like he is a little hangry, so... That's alright, Carter. Collect yourself and attempt to save some laps of fuel here and do what you do best. That is for sure. So... Yeah, I don't know why it swapped us off up there. Because I always good to see. Let's see, we can put our map back up. There we go. So we see where everybody's at. I don't know what that P is. We've been trying to figure that out. So
I believe that's the pace car.
Oh no. That's what we said, but I don't think that is it. But anyway, back here in Richard Johns, Jaden Sanchez, Randy Koken, Jim Coleman'sberger, as Richard Johns looking to get a run on the 23.
And he does pull up to the quarter panel. And I will say, watching Richard, he does get a good run coming off the bottom, coming out of the corners. That bottom line is working well for him.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's for the lead up here towards the front. Lavin will get by Kyle Heath. I guess this is where the interesting deal is at here. Yes, Carter did fall to 8th. Nothing less. This is the battle for 11th. As Coleman'sberger gets a great run off the outside. As Richard Johns now moves to the outside. As Jaden will run the bottom lane. There. As Richard Johns attempts to make the pass back on Jaden. On that bottom
Or
lane.
should be able to clear him coming out of 2, but we'll see. Ooh, a good run off the outside for Jaden. As you see, the field's starting to spread out a little bit here, Brian.
Oh yeah. Them tires, big deal. Brianna Lavin up there in P3. Oh, Randy is coming in to the pits.
We are on the edge of being able to make this on one more stop if you pit now. You get hit 54 to go. If you get 27 laps of fuel per run, we're pushing it. We're on the edge here where drivers could start making it. So we could see some guys coming in for some fuel.
Oh yeah. Well, who's that? I want to say Schaefer. Yep, Schaefer's in the pits.
Yep, Schaefer.
As Kyle Heath side drafts the 48 to slow him down. Oh, Brianna did get by Nick.
Yep, Brianna's up to second, and Zach has assumed the lead.
Oh, yeah. But Kyle Heath isn't going to make it any easier for Raider.
No, like I said, there's Brandon Moore in that 9 car. He's always there. Always finds a way to be there at the end of the race.
Tyler Myers now making his pit. See what kind of strategy Brandon Moore comes on up. Zach Deuscher now making his pit stops. Philip Bridgman now making his pit stop. The two teammates there. So interesting to see.
Boy, did Tyler Myers get caught speeding or something? He's been on pit road for almost 50 seconds now.
No, he did not. He's at 15.1 second. Pit stop.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Mm-hmm. Carter's now in.
Yeah, Jake's pitting.
Josh is in. Nah,
Brianna's nope, Bridgman. Brianna's not pitting yet.
Nope. But Brandon Moore is.
Yep, Brandon Moore in this time.
Cycle back here, Joe Stipe and that P9. That 13 machine. Hunt Saker and that 4. Kyle Heath is in.
He's making his pit stop.
Carter with a 19.2. I wonder if he slipped past his pit stop. His pit
He
box.
might have.
Yep, here comes all the green flag pits. Yep. Lavin.
Looks like, Lavin, Raider, Rongich, JC's, Jim Coleman'sberger's coming in.
Oh, yeah. Busy time in the pits. Nick Raider now in. I think Raider was in. Yeah, he was in.
Yeah, Nick Raider came in with that other group. But the top 6 have yet to pit at this point.
Oh, yeah. That might hurt in the long run, but we'll see.
Well, now Richard Johns is a little off sequence. Remember, he pitted a little later than everyone else got those tires. Yeah, as I say that, he pits. Jaden Sanchez, Ernest King in.
Oh, yeah. Boy, look at that gaggle of the cars coming out of the pits there.
Yes, it is. It could be a little treacherous coming out of the pits here.
Joe Stipe leading the field this time.
Rincon and Sellner have yet to pit.
Oh, yeah. Sanchez now in the pits. And as we say, Rincon now making his pit stop there.
Didn't Sanchez pit? Okay, didn't Sanchez pit already? Did he get caught speeding or something?
No, he had a 14.9 second pit.
Okay, I thought he went back down pit road. That's why I was a little confused.
Joe Stipe and James Sellner staying now as they come in to make their pits.
I think Brandon Moore is gonna inherit the lead here.
I do believe so when they're all said and done. So, but yet again, Brandon Moore did pit a lap before Rongich. So, will be that.
When we cycled through, it looks like top 5 is going to be Brandon Moore, Zach Rongich, Schaefer, Brianna, and Raider, I believe, will be the
Deuscher.
top 5. Oh, yeah, here comes Zach. I see it.
Raider's back in the pits. I wonder if he got in a penalty.
Ooh, possibly.
Or he's got to serve. Well, we'll find out. Oh, Rincon got a speeding penalty or something to that sort. He had a 54.7 second pit stop. That will
Oh,
hurt,
gee.
George.
Well, we did
Oof.
say pit road could cause some problems here.
And it sure did. Rincon was having a great run there. So Brandon Moore, Rongich, Schaefer, Lavin, Deutscher, Huntsaker, King, Sanchez, Coleman-Sperger, and Johns. That is your top 10.
Oh, as we collect this gaggle of cars coming.
Oh, yeah. Sellner will be the freshest one on those fresh sets by a couple of laps, Tyler. Rader with a 44.3 second pit stop. That is a penalty there that he did have to serve. Very unfortunate, but that is what it is. So that would put Rader 2 laps down, unfortunately. So that will be that.
That is going to hurt his playoff odds. I don't know how much of a cushion he had in the playoffs going into this round, but
he had a pretty good cushion. I mean, points were very close, so it's probably going to hurt him at the end when this is all over with this race. So you see,
looks like Brandon Moore and Zach Rongich are battling it out here. Those two have kind of pulled away from the rest of the field.
Randy's now in the pits. Wonder what happened to him.
Maybe some damage.
Quite possible.
As we watch the battle for the lead here.
I like that sun drop paint scheme that Moore's got.
Yeah, the ode to the Dale Jr.
Yep.
Late model that he ran at North Wilkesboro a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, which is always a good news to hear that they are bringing that track back for the truck race and for the All-Star race. So I'm sure those tickets are gonna get wiped out pretty quick. So
yeah, looking BNR news-wise, looking a little farther ahead. I know the truck series is making a stop there next year on the BNR schedule, next season I should say, and I do believe we're taking the Cup series there for the All-Star race next season as well.
oh yeah, we're gonna get these boys a little short track giggity going on. So, which always makes it interesting. Some like short tracks, you know them, some don't. So that will be that ordeal there. But as first and second place have a nice little cushion to third, and a very heck of a cushion from third to fourth. So if I'm Bree, I'll just cruise to save as much as you can. But oh yeah, almost.
Yeah, I'm gonna say these guys are going one more stop from here, and barring any cautions, granted, if we go green, I'm thinking one more stop for these boys.
Oh yeah. And I remember all wrong it said. I'll remember what Brandon Moore did. I ain't gonna forget. So kind of like a Denny Hamlin type of deal, I would assume, but I don't think it's gonna happen here. That's for sure. Because then
Not at this point in the race. Maybe if this situation is, if this is what we're at with 3 to go, I could see it going a little different.
oh yeah. But ever since we got to the playoffs, Brandon Moore has yet to clinch it in here, as we see the battle back here for fifth. Well, fourth,
Yeah.
you might as well say. Oh, somebody else is. Oh, that's right. Yep. Skyler. I forgot Skyler's a little off sequence there because a little
Damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got 2 playoff drivers with some issues. We got Rader and Koking have both had issues. They're stuck 2 laps down. This, we could have quite a shakeup here in the points after the day.
Oh yeah. I do believe so. Jacob Carter comfortably riding PLM. So and Coleman-Sperger just riding. So getting as many points as he can to secure it into 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is the round of 8.
This is the round of 8, yes. So we will eliminate 4 more drivers at the end of the 4th race. And we will take the final 4 into, is it Phoenix still, I believe, this season?
Through my knowledge here, I do believe so. Well, we'll just double check. Rockingham.
Rockingham is where these. All right, Rockingham for a championship race. I like
yes, it. Yes, the BNR does a lot of crazy things with their schedules and all that other
Try to keep
fancy
things
jazz.
Fresh and not boring.
Especially Rockingham, you know how the rock can be. A little. But the Xfinity will get done the last week of October. And then our Trucks and Cup will end the first week of November. So.
Yes, sir.
That is alright. It gives them a little breather a week prior. Yep. So then they can get a lot more practice in for the trucks. And Hunsaker in the wall there. That draft from the back of the 2.
Yep, Sanchez also tagged the wall too.
Oh. Brandon Moore and
yep, Zach. Brandon Moore gets passed. Zach has not cleared him yet, though. And now he does. Brandon Moore looking for the crossover, going down low, looking low. I think Zach will get the runoff and be able to clear him, though. Yeah, and he does.
When did they last pit?
Oh, 40. I believe it was about I'd say lap 48 to lap 50. So probably looking about 14 laps into this run. I would expect to see for if I'm comfortable, want a comfortable pit stop, I'm pitting about lap 70. I'd say 72. So about eight more laps, we should see some more pit stops. I'd want to pit a little later just to have some fuel in the tank in case we do get a green-white checkered.
Oh yeah, Richard Jones a comfortable P10 there. Just cruising. After all that Talladega he done earlier, that is. As you see, Brandon Moore did fall off, but I do believe he's saving. So.
Yeah, I believe he said, he's not going to fight for the lead. He's realized Zach was faster and so do you know what? You go ahead.
You go burn your stuff up. I'm going to conserve back here. So when you come short towards the end, then I'm still good. So, yet again, I could be wrong. I don't know if that's what's going through his head, but...
Well, the fuel window will open up if you want to make it to the end. 2 more laps, we could see some cars pitting. But like I said, I would want to run a few laps extra just to make sure I had the fuel I need.
That's Carter and Sellner back here for 11th and 12th.
We really haven't seen that typical Jacob Carter performance that we're used to, Brian, where he's up front running for the lead. He was up front for a couple laps, but he's just kind of been about mid-pack, just riding around and chilling.
Oh, and something had happened prior to that, which put him back here, and I have no clue what it was, so...
So we see the field spread out here. We are approaching on to 25 to go here, with about 2 more laps.
Oh yeah, Schaefer's in.
We got Schaefer's making his pit stop. Like I said, fuel window is open.
I do believe the lights are slowly about to kick on here.
Yep, the sun is setting over the virtual Kansas Speedway, which means the track will cool for this final run, so we may see some of these other boys come to life here.
Oh, yeah. Tyler Myers in the pits. Schaefer with a 15.2 second pits. Could Myers have a better pit stop than Schaefer to gang up some of that time? Probably not. Well, he's in there for a while. Oh, Skyler. Oh, Brandon Moore now pits. Tyler Myers with a 15-second pit.
Brandon pitted a lot earlier than I thought he would. I thought Brandon would run it out a little while, but maybe those tires just ain't cutting it for him, and he's decided to get them tires and try to make up his time on the track.
Philip Bridgman now in the pits. Deutscher, Smalls. Brandon Moore, 11.3. He must have 2 tires, I would say.
Maybe, I would think so.
25 to go, next time by.
Brianna's in the pits.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob Carter in the pits.
Oh, yeah. They're all coming in now.
Small.
This might hurt Rongich with staying out. We don't know yet. We'll see how everything all cycles through. A lot of these guys are short pitting, so Rongich now pits to give relinquish that spot. Huntsaker, Rihanna with a 15.1 second. Pit Carter with a 15.7. That was probably a little slip up there. But James Selner. Great run tonight, Jim.
Yeah, just been quietly in the top
Randy's
10 most
in.
of the night. You just.
Oh, Jim's in.
Yep. Boy, I tell you though, Brian, Jim Coleman'sberger, we haven't talked about him a whole lot this race, but he's been real quiet and just sitting in the top 10 almost all night.
Oh, he ran a lot of laps here in SRU, so he knows how to maneuver around and get through this field. As you see here, fresh tires making their way through the field. So
top 6, I believe, to this point have not pitted yet.
Ernest King coming in, Sanchez, Raiders.
Raiders coming in.
Randy Koken, 14.4. Coleman'sberger, 15.2. Shakeston's in.
Richard Johns is in.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that puts us back to, I believe Selner and Joe Stipe are the only 2. I don't know if I don't believe Kyle Heath is pitted yet. Yeah.
Oh, Joe Stipe in the wall.
Oh.
That
The
might
tires
hurt
have
a
got
little
to
bit.
be more. That might be enough to make him come into pit road. Nope, he's going to stay out. Keep her out there.
Oh, yeah. You ain't got nothing to lose. Why not? Johns with a 15.1. Raider, 15.3.
15.3. Skylar Sixton with a 20-second pit stop. I'm going to guess he was fixing some damage.
Oh, yeah. Kyle Heath now making his pits there. So he will relinquish at P3, which will swap over to Brandon Moore. So Brandon Moore is going to have at least a 2.5 to 3 second lead over Rongich.
I'm going to guess, like you said, I'm thinking Brandon took a 2-tire stop here, which could work. We'll see. Coming to 20 to go here.
Oh, yeah. Selner is now in the pits. Stipe. Kyle Heath with a 15.2. So Brandon Moore is going to cycle out to be your leader. Like I said, roughly a 3-second difference. But Rongich shrinking that time down. So Selner with a 15.1. Rincon with a 14.8.
Stipe is still in the pits. I'm going to guess he's fixing some damage.
Joe Stipe with a 15.
Oh, no, 15 point. That's not bad.
Coming to 19 to go. They are currently on 20 to go. Next time they cross the line will be 19. Unless your lap's down, then.
Yes. Now at doing the math here, Brian, and I believe at this point in the race, if Zach is going to catch Brandon Moore, he needs to be knocking off about a 10th a lap, which looks like it's about what he's doing. So I would say he should catch Brandon somewhere in the range of about 3 to 5 laps to go, but
Oh yeah, Rongin's closing in that gap pretty quick.
not much pressure from Brianna in third. Brianna's just kind of in her own little world, just cruising.
Yep, and then Deutscher behind him.
Boy, how about these non-playoff drivers showing up and showing out? Look at that. We got 6 non-playoff drivers in the top 10 right now.
Oh yeah. Shaking things up. Boy, God forgive me. I slipped up. Oh my God. Anyway, that's alright. You see here, Rongich.
Boy, he's really closing that gap a lot more than I thought. He's down to under a second now.
Oh yeah, he is.
Will the 2-tire strategy pay off for Brandon? I'm going to say, from what it looks like right now, maybe not, but catching him is one thing, getting by him is another thing. Josh Small catches the wall there.
Yeah, he got in there a little bit too hot. Coming to 15 to go. Will the 2 tires hold off the 4? We shall see. Interesting to see here what Rongich can do. Boy, as he closes in. But yet again, Tyler, he is driving hard to get the lead back, so there is a lot of wear on those tires.
He could be burning them up, you're right.
And that would hurt him in the long run to Brandon, where he isn't pushing hard at all.
Knowing with that lead, Brandon could have went into fuel save mode just to make sure he has enough, so we...
Brandon Moore playing the defenseless lane there.
I think if Zach's going to pass him, I think Zach's going to have to do it on the bottom. I don't think Brandon's going to give up the outside.
I don't think so, but Rongich closes in tremendously. Yes, Skylar, unfortunately it is rough, but I enjoyed seeing you out there putting the laps in. Yes, next week I do believe they head to, I just had it before, I think it's North Wilkesboro. Yeah.
It is, I believe, North Wilkesboro for these folks.
And the Xfinity, so.
Zach goes to the inside of the 9. He won't have the run. He does not have the momentum to clear. Brandon Moore maintains the lead.
That is the issue there. He pushed too hard, so now he'll get tight, if anything. So currently 12 to go, coming to 11.
I wonder now, like you said, Brian, I wonder now that he's caught Brandon, have those tires worn off?
Ah, yes. Yes.
Oh, Brandon goes low. Zach is not going to get to Brandon's outside. Brandon will maintain the outside. Boy, what a battle we got going here.
This is the closest battle on track at the moment.
This is probably the only battle the folks at home really care about right now.
Oh, that's gonna...
Ooh, Rongich gets into the 9.
Coming to 9 to go.
9
We
to
are
go.
on 10 to go right now. So next time by will be 9. That just did a number 2 Rongich.
And he's in the wall. Like I said, I think those tires. He ran so hard trying to catch Brandon that he burned off those tires, and Brandon's just running a really solid line. He's not making any mistakes. He's running about a half a lane off the wall to where Zach can't get a run on his outside. And at this stage in the race with the tire wear, I don't think Zach is going to be able to pass him on the bottom here.
And that is why Brandon Moore is protecting his outside lane and is making it harder for Zach to get around. Wrong. See, Skyler, he could be. I don't know. I will not assume. But Brandon Moore is playing the defensive strategy. If you're going to pass me, you're going to do it on the bottom lane. So
yes, he's either going to have to move him out of the way, which I don't think Zach would do, or he's going to have to pass him on the inside.
Because if they end up taking him out, that puts Brianna in a good spot. So
yeah, it's pretty much a 2-horse race with Brianna 7 seconds back. Zach's on his outside now, though. Zach got to the outside of the 9. Brandon is going to drive it in deep, but I think Zach's going to clear him coming out here.
he does.
And Zach Rongich to the lead with 6 to go.
Nick Rader in the pit, so this is the next battle here.
Brianna dropped to 5th. I'm not sure what... Oh, we got the battle right here. That's why. Brianna might be experiencing the same issue that we were talking about with Zach. The tires have just worn at this point. Huh.
Yeah, if I was Brandon Moore, I would have took the 4 instead of the 2. Rough go for Raider. Myers in the pits.
No, though, he's still going to get a second place finish out of it, though. So, I mean, you take the good points day, big picture looking at the playoffs. Zach Rongich looks like he's going to lock himself into the next round, into the final 4. But for Brandon Moore, solid points day.
Oh, Kyle Heath is a lap down. Oof. I thought he was on the lead lap.
No, I don't know. I think he had a slow pit stop, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Raiders still in the pits. Oof. Hard day for him, that is for sure.
Boy, a two caution race tonight, Brian. That's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah. When they get spaced out like this, what happens? Kommelsberger in the top 10 there. Carter, Selman. Great points for them going into North Wilkesboro. So.
Yes, and with Myers and Rader and Koking having the issues that they had, it's going to be those 3 boys are going to have a hole to climb out of the next 3 weeks.
Oh yeah. Final lap.
It looks like.
So it looks like Rongich is going to lock it in.
Yep.
To the
He's
final
gonna cruise
4.
the victory lane here.
So Zach Rongich will punch his ticket to the Final Four.
Brandon Moore is going to bring it home second. Looks like Zach Deuscher is going to hang on for third. Matthew Hunsaker, Brianna Lavin, and Ernest King. Jaden Sanchez, Jacob Carter, Jim Colemansberger, and James Sellner are going to round out the top 10.
Oh, yeah.
We look at the results here.
Oh, he had pulled 3 seconds.
Yes, he did. Yeah, those 2 tires, I think, finally came back to bite Brandon. It was a good effort, though.
Oh, yeah. Sure was. So, go ahead and talk to old Zachy Poo.
Yeah, should pull a winner in here and.
The Final Four. Oh, yeah. I forgot that
Zach.
is next week. Hold on, wait.
Oh.
There you go. Now he's
there you
good.
go, Zach. There you are.
What's up, boys?
Well, you put on a heck of a run there at the end of the race to lock yourself into the Final Four. What was going on that last couple laps as you were trying to get by Brandon Moore? What was going through your head?
Just trying to time out the run coming off the corner. It was going to have to be here in the front stretch at the line. She was protecting, of course, he's closer to the wall. Or that he makes a mistake, but it's just so hard. It's one lane. I mean, I probably could have got him down low, but if I risk that, I'm going to use up all my tires, even though I have fresher ones than him, and then it becomes even playing field. So I was just trying to time out the run on the front stretch here to get on the outside, but there's a couple times I thought I had it, and he would dive all the way down and take whatever momentum I had and kind of equaled it out. So just cat and mouse, and he was running me. He was running fine. He didn't do nothing wrong, and he did what he had to do. And
it was a great battle, though. The last, what was it, Tyler? The last 15 laps we were watching you and him.
15 laps, sure, yeah.
So it was intense.
Yeah.
It'll be like you would get him, and then he'll come back and get you. Tires make a big deal, especially I think he did take 2 tires. And I knew that was eventually going to bite him. We did see you get a little loose and hit the wall. But you end up rebounding. So, and it's like I was telling Tyler, Rongich will focus. He'll get back up there. He's a hard charger, one of the better hard chargers in RKR, I would say. Unfortunately, a couple of teammates didn't really go the way they wanted to this race, but there are 3 races left before the Final Four, so they do have plenty of time to make up in those races. So, as you said, you punched your ticket to the Final Four. Awesome job there, Chief. But to the people who are watching, why don't you give your overall thoughts of the race tonight?
I thought it was a great race. First and foremost, I want to apologize to Zach Deuscher. Nothing really bad happened. I was just Deuscher. Nothing really bad happened. I was racing him for the lead there, and I thought I could get a little bit clearer than I was, but the mirror's kind of deceiving. But I did not mean for me to cut him off at all. I gave it back to him, and in the process of giving it back to him, I hit the wall, then went back and had to claw my way back up. But I just want to apologize to him, but didn't mean that. But it was just a good race. I mean, it's tough. High lane. And when I was hitting the wall, I was trying to put my nose. So in the middle of the corner, he was kind of coming low, and I was trying to put my nose, as close to the wall and outside of him as possible, and hopefully I can maybe get a nose and get on the outside of him. And so I hit the wall and I had to regroup there with Brandon. I knew I was faster because of fresh tires, so I knew just not to push it and lock in.
Yep. Next week is North Wilkesboro. Well, obviously, you ain't got nothing to worry about now because you're in the Final Four. So, boy, why couldn't it get darker the last 15 laps earlier. Boy,
Right.
because that really would have changed a lot. But anyway, what's going through your head for North Wilkesboro next week?
Well, just have fun. Just stay locked in with the car. Don't get too free with it and start to lose feel for the car. I want to be as focused as possible, and um, it's playoffs, Final Fours, time to go. Ever since the playoffs have started, I kind of ramped it up a little bit. So hopefully I can make it to the Final Four in all three, and that'll be a
Oh
good time.
yeah. Well, right now you're in the final four in Xfinity, so
Yeah,
always a congratulations to you. You're always been a hard charger ever since I known you, even over on the console side. So, Tyler, you got anything else for Zach?
No, just congratulations, man. You ran a hell of a race, and it was fun to watch.
yeah, man.
All
Thank you.
right, Mr. Zach, go ahead, give your shout outs and your love and everything else.
And just shout out RKR. Anybody who's watching. Everybody ran a good race. Ernie had himself a good race. That was good. And
Well, okay, yeah.
I don't know if anything happened, but I just know he
I don't
finished
know.
decent.
He
So
finished 20th.
no, I see him here at 7th.
Raider?
Ernie.
Oh, Ernie.
It's
Yes, Ernie
yeah,
did
really
good.
Yeah,
good
Sorry,
job.
yeah,
sorry.
Ernie.
My
Two
apologies. No,
races.
Ernie did do good tonight. He did.
Yeah, 2 races in a row. He had Pocono in the trucks, and now this. So he's
Hmm.
getting some momentum. But yeah, and shout out to you guys. You guys do a good job, and
Right
on to
on.
next week.
Oh yeah. All right, brother man.
Yep.
Chit chat you later. Up next, Mr. Brandon Moore. One of my favorite Moores. Okay, so this is the 17th week in a row that you're here.
17 in a row.
Yes.
One spot short, buddy. One spot short. You almost got her done.
Yeah, I kind of put myself in that predicament. I got in the wall there and got damaged, and then I was like, well, I guess we're throwing two on it and sending it.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought he took. I thought he took two.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a fast
Yep.
repair either, so which made it even worse. But I was just happy I hung on to it as long as I did. But as soon as he got to my outside, that was GG.
Oh yeah.
That was the one thing Brian and I were talking about was you were holding the outside for a while there, and I thought you were gonna make him pass you on the bottom, but it eventually he got there finally.
Yeah, I had to block that little run coming down though, and on the front stretch though, I couldn't let him get that far inside.
Oh yeah. Anyway, good job, Pete. Too awesome job. Why don't you give these people your overall thought of the race and how the car was and all that other fantastic stuff that you done tonight?
I thought it was too tight myself. It was shoving the nose a lot. Uh, it felt better on two, to be honest, for the first few laps. It allowed the car to rotate, like I wanted it to. But racing was good. We had some good battles going on there all around the racetrack. So Kansas putting on another good show.
Oh yeah.
How do you looking into next week? We got North Wilkesboro. What do you what's the thought
We
process
do?
going into next week? Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. I have very, very few laps there, so I couldn't give a very solid evaluation. It's gonna be interesting. That's my evaluation.
And it is it's a constant left turn. So you really don't. You really.
I mean, I have ran there before.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while, and
Mhm.
it's been very few times, maybe twice. So not a lot. So
Well,
especially with these cars. So I'm gonna
yeah.
imagine it's gonna race like most concrete short tracks, and tires are gonna be an issue. And
Mm,
if I recollect, it's pretty flat there, right?
a
Yes,
little
sir.
flat with
Uh,
some bacon. So
yeah.
you're gonna have a slight banking to a degree in the turns, but otherwise constant left turn and the short track. I think it's at least a little bit under a mile. So
So pretty much gonna be playing with the brake bias all race long.
exactly, yes, you're gonna be fluctuating. So that will be that.
But I like tracks like that. I like drivers tracks.
And really, that's one of them. Do you think going there next week you could punch your ticket to the Final Four? And if not, you don't get any wins this round. Do you think you can outpoint everybody, at least who are contending with you in the for the Final Four?
I don't really need to run some laps there to let you know how confident I am about punching any tickets, but I can assure you that I'll be in at least the top five. But we're going to stay consistent. We've been consistent all year, and then hopefully consistency leads into the final round.
Oh yeah, right on. Ty, you got anything else for old B More here?
No, just congrats on the run. You put up a good run, and take her into next week, and hopefully you see you in the Final Four.
That's the plan. That's the
Yes,
plan.
sir. All right, Brandon, why don't you go ahead, give your love and all that other stuff out there, and we'll go ahead and get you on your way.
All right. Just want to thank all the spectators who watched the race this
Do
evening.
your
Hope
check
we
off.
put a good on the. Yeah, get my checklist here. Hope everybody enjoyed the race. It was fun out there. Thank all the competitors. Everybody did a fantastic job. Had a lot of good green flag runs there. And thank the broadcast booth, Brian, who always does a great job, and Ty here, who filled the co-host spot very well, as I knew he would. And yeah, we're just gonna take some momentum in the next week.
Yes, sir.
All righty.
All right, bud. You did a hell of a job. Congrats on the P2. And we'll chit chat in a bit.
All right, sounds good. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
You too.
And last but not least, boy, we're blowing through these, and I love doing that. Mr. Deutscher.
Mr. Deutscher.
Hello.
Yeah, I like that.
How are you, sir?
Well, Zach, you look strong early on in the race. Led a couple laps and had a little issue. You got shuffled back a few times, but you came back to third place.
Fun night. Very fun night.
That's it?
Good. Well, yeah, very fun. Would you like to run through how the race went for you and what kind of race you had as a whole?
It was a good race. At the start, we decided that Philip was a strategy caller for a night, so we decided to stay out or just take fuel the first pit stop. Second time, we obviously stayed out, and we just wanted to see what happened. And as we thought, we fell back pretty far. But with our strategy calls right, we slowly progressed to the front, and we finished up third, which I did not expect, honestly. I was expecting more like a fifth or sixth, but we'll take a third any day.
Yes, sir. Coming in here, you always run consistent like Brandon Moore and a lot of them. Next week is North Wilkesboro.
Ooh.
How do you feel about that going into there?
Never honestly put any laps on there, so it'll be my first time, but I'm ready for the challenge and new experience.
Yes. Do you think you have what it takes to upset the playoffs if you get the time to run laps there and spoil the bunch for these boys?
Man, if I can, I will. That's the plan.
I know you're a very hard racer, a strong competitor through these guys, and lately the past couple weeks you've been in the booth a lot. So I mean, always the Zach and Zach show, always early on at least. So that's that. What else was I gonna ask you? Well, I just drew a brain fart. Ty, you got anything for Zach while I think?
Oh, no, I got nothing. Just congrats on the third place. You guys put on one heck of a show for all the viewers. It was certainly fun to call up here in the booth. Brian and I definitely had a good time calling it.
I love fuel strategy races. I wish more of them played out like this. It just makes it a lot more fun racing.
Well, see, there you go, because that's what I was just about to ask you, so I ain't got to ask that. So, I mean,
love it.
Yes, like I said, rocky on the start, but then after that, these boys get going, so, which is always a good thing, because then the fuel strats and all that other great stuff comes in hand. Why don't you go ahead and let these people know your overall thoughts of the whole racing itself?
Very fun for the most part. Sometimes things get a little dramatic, but other than that, it's a fun league. I enjoy myself for the most part.
Well, sir, that's because you can be yourself over here.
I'm pretty
Somewhat.
quiet, the way it should be.
Yes, which is always a good thing. You learn the hard way. But nothing to less, Zach. You're always like I said, always a hell of a competitor and all that other stuff, you and Phil. So now we just got to get Phil that extra boost
I'm
behind.
trying. I'm trying. We'll get him there. I promise
Mm.
you. I'm trying to light that fire in him again. We'll get him there.
Yes, we will, because Phil's a hell of a competitor when he can be there. But anyway, Zach, always nice to see you in the top 5 every week. So why don't you go ahead, give your love and shouts and all that other good stuff.
Congratulations to Zach, like always. Great run. Brandon for second place. Wish I was up there racing you guys a little more, but strategy play out the way it did. Good run and all in all. Good race. Great race.
Yes, sir. All right, Zach.
Alrighty.
We'll look to see you Saturday. Yeah, it's Road America. So.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday.
All right. Hot diggity dog. All right, there, Mr. Zach. You have yourself a good one, and we'll chit chat in a bit.
Yes, sir. Take her easy, boys.
Yes, sir. All right. That will conclude our session here tonight for the BNR Xfinity Series playoff round 2 at Kansas Race 1. From myself and from Tyler Hackett, we want to thank you all for tuning in, sharing the love, us putting a great show on for y'all. The playoffs are always getting intensified, so once again, we thank you all for coming out. I am live tomorrow if we still have electric and stuff like that. The storm's supposed to be blowing through. So, but for myself and Tyler, we want to wish y'all a great evening, good morning, good night, wherever you're from, and y'all take care and be safe.